Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm happy to introduce a new approach to supply water for rice field in Krandegan, a village in Purworejo, Central Java. This study is extracted from community service program initiated by academics at Winsuska Riau University in Indonesia in collaboration with the Indonesian Agency for Meteorological Climatology and Geophysics and the government of Krandegan village. Okay, let me start. This is our title presentation today: Solar Irrigation System in Indonesia, Practical Assessment and Evaluation for Converting Fossil Fuels with Solar Energy. This is our outline presentation. Okay, Krandegan village in Purworejo Regency has 75 hectares of wet rice farm. The water requirement of the rice farm in Krandegan is supplied through a free irrigation program. The free irrigation program uses water pump driven by diesel fuel engine that increased the rice production to 3 times a year from only one harvest when it was a rice farm. The program is named free irrigation because the cost of purchasing engine and pump as well as the fuel cost is provided by other parties, so that it is free for the farmers. However, after about 3 years in operation, the use of fossil fuel in the free irrigation program in Krandegan is starting to rise a problem. The main problem is due to the high cost of fuel. Every year, the donor provide cash of around 200 million rupiah. The fuel costs have become increasingly expensive due to the government restriction to premium fuel production. So farmers are switching to pertalite or diesel fuels, which are more expensive. Thus, the free irrigation program in Krandegan cannot be continued. Also, the program is not in line with the Sustainable Development Goal (SDGs) because the burning of fossil fuels produces carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and other greenhouse gases. The use of oil and lubricant in the mixing can also pollute the environment. The signal to stop the donation by the fuel donor in Krandegan conveys a clear message that rice harvesting will again depend on the season, so that the number of harvests will be reduced from 3 times to once per year. Krandegan village demands innovation to anticipate this big problem. The higher solar radiation in Krandegan can be utilized to provide solution through an application of a sustainable solar power irrigation system, which is cheaper, lasts long, and is safe for the environment. This is the methodology. We go to the mapping the study location, getting climate data, planning the SPIS, calculating water demand, and design information. This is the mapping the study location. The rice farm in Krandegan takes an area of 75 hectares, consists of 6 blocks of different area. As you can see from these figures, the blocks are marked with B1 to B6. It is assumed that adjacent block would be connected with the waterways, so that 4 locations L1 to L4 are obtained. And this is the table, the location area of rice farm in Krandegan. The next step of methodology is getting climate data. Krandegan village is located close to the southern coast of Java Island, where solar radiation is quite high, and the total radiation is 1780 kilowatt hours meter per year. This data obtained from the Power NASA Langley Research Center project funded by NASA Earth Science Applied Science program. And this is the planning the SPSIs. We have 5 steps here, and then we're calculating water demand. And then this is design information, the total water requirement per day, number of pump, water requirement, bore well water production, etc. And this is the illustration of SPIS layout in Krandegan. Location L1, L2 and L3 with a water source from Dulang River and Jali River, and B location L4 with a water source from a borehole. Result and discussion. For the design of an SPIS, the main focus of designers is not on the pump, but on the water requirement. An undersized system may be cheaper, but will not meet the water needs, while an oversized system will provide the water needs throughout the year, but the capital costs are high. The design is based on the volume of water pumped per day during sun hours. SPIS consists of several main components, namely solar panel generators, pumps, and several control equipment for optimization, control, and balance of the system. To illustrate the design result, the SPIS at location L1, as we can see from these figures, it consists of 4 pieces of 200 WP solar module with 4 parallel string configuration. The total capacity of the solar panel is 800 WP. The solar panel drives one DC centrifugal pump of 1.8 kilowatt mounted above the water surface. This is the economic analysis. The total cost need to provide water for the 70 hectares of rice field using SPIS in Krandegan is around 1.26 billion rupiah. The cost of succession and delivery pipe are not calculated here, and the existing pumping system within the free irrigation program costs an average 200 million per year in rupiah. So the simple payback period is around 6.5 years, which is quite good for a solar PV project. So a conclusion, it is feasible to implement a solar power irrigation system in Krandegan village by considering the water needs, rainfall, solar radiation at the location, and the cost. SPIS can prevent farmers from reapplying rain-fed rice fields practice, so that harvest can be maintained 3 times a year. And the Green Village program is one aspect of the village's sustainable development goals. The 7th target of the village SGDs is a clean and renewable energy village. And Krandegan village is a progressive village, so it has a great potential to achieve the status of a clean and renewable energy village in the coming years. The benefit from the SPIS program in Krandegan could also be extended to other villages. And this is end of my presentation, and thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.